Greetings, my fellow scholars. My name is Kuwakka, and perhaps there's a chance you're wondering what this guy is doing on this channel. For those that have a slight sense of familiarity, I assisted in one of this channel's livestream to answer a few questions. But to explain myself why I am here now is because I am one of the few chosen to do a guest feature on this channel. For that, I am very thankful to Imperial Knowledge himself to be given the chance to actually do this. The Elder Scrolls universe holds a vast amount of lore, with people, events, gods, and many other things of mystery. Though, how did it all came to be? How did we came to be? Today, I am honored to give you creation itself. There's a famous saying, we have to go back to the beginning. But for this, we have to go back to before the beginning. Before the time of Mundus, before the time of even Sithis, before time itself. Before all what was, before all what is, there was nothing. Yet, there was everything. As almost every story tells us, it's good versus evil, light versus dark, order versus chaos. Before creation, there were two forces, or as we know them, the primordial beings. Anu represented order and created time. Padome represented change and in turn created the void. These two made up the universe, or as we know it, the Arbis. Once both forces entered the Arbis and the Dawn Age began, both godlike beings met another being. Nö. Both Anu and Padme fell in love with Nö and fought over whom could have her. In what can only be told in legend, it is known that Anu won this fight and kicked Padme out of time into the void, with Anu now having free game over Nö. Both beings fell in love with each other, and Nö became pregnant. After an unknown time, Padme managed to manifest himself back into the boundaries of time. With haste, Padme rushed over to Nö to confess his love for her. But Nö rejected him, proclaiming that she only loved Anu. Enraged, Padme beat Nö to near death before Anu intervened. Once more they battled, this time far mightier than the last one. The Arbis shook, and a godlike energy that came sprouting out of both primordial beings raged through the battlefield. Once again, Anu triumphed over Padme, and once more kicked him out of time. This time, forever. though the battle severely weakened both forces, as they lost so much of their divine energy. They became lesser beings. Anu became known as Anuel, and Padme became known as Sithis. In the last moments of Ne, she gave birth to creation, and the divine energy that was lost in the battle manifested themselves into beings of their own. These holy spirits are known as Et Ada. Now that Anuel and the countless other Et Ada lived alongside each other in the Arbis, Anuel had a hard time understanding these lesser creatures, so he created an avatar, or lesser version of himself. This being became known as Ariel, or most of you know him as Akatosh. Trapped in the void, Sithis saw what Ne had given birth to and was disgusted. He swore that he will undo whatever had been done to destroy creation itself, and that only the void would exist. Though Sithis was trapped, he couldn't carry out this mission himself, so he created an avatar of himself, just like Anuel did, and sent it into the boundaries of time. This being is known by many names and forms: Shor, Shazar, the second servant, or the god of men. For this episode, we will call him Lorkhan, the trickster god. Now that Lorkhan, Ariel, and the countless other Et Ada lived among each other in the Arbis, even though these godlike beings were extremely powerful, they were still caged by the boundaries of the Arbis. Legends tells us that Lorkhan discovered a way to break these boundaries, but to do that, one has to see its flaws, and the other godlike beings were unable to do so. So the only way to see one's flaws is to render one mortal. Lorkhan came up with a plan. He knew that the other Et Ada would reject him as soon as he would reveal his true intention. Thus, he kept it a secret, and instead told another. He invited the absolute bored Et Ada and gave them a mission: to create a plane of existence, a universe of their own. Many accepted, and with the help of a powerful Et Ada known as Magnus, who created the schematics for this unique construction, Mundus was born. And within Mundus they created a planet, naming it after the mother of creation itself, Nern. Thank you so much for watching this video, as I've put a lot of time and effort into this. If you have reached this point, it means that you have a pretty good listening skills, since I've been rambling about for about 8.5 minutes. However, the story is far from over. There are still many things to talk about: the creation of the Daedra, the war of the Elnofey, and the creation of the towers. But to spare your precious time and the time it took to make this video, I will hold the content to this point. Once more, I would like to thank Imperial Knowledge for this chance, and between you and me, perhaps that we encounter each other once more, sit down by the fire, with a mug of mead, and I will grant you another tale of this mysterious world. Warm sands, my fellow scholar.